Hello there. This is photographer Larry Ricker, aka Nivimox here at the Whitewater Wildlife Management Area in southeastern Minnesota. About a half an hour to 45-minute drive away from home. Now, before I get any further into this video, to hopefully avoid any flack I might have from anybody watching it. Okay, first of all, this is March 30th, 2020 that I'm out here. Before I get any flack, of course the COVID-19 virus is running rampant. A lot of countries have locked down other things going on, other restrictions going on and what have you. Well, in the state of Minnesota right now, we have a shelter at home order from our governor, which means that all non-essential activities are shut down. Companies are shut down, those type of things. One exception that he gave, one of several exceptions that he gave to his order, is that we're allowed to visit recreation areas for the purposes of hiking, among other things, hiking, hunting, fishing, and by extension then, I'm out here hiking and I'm hunting with a camera. I made sure I was self-sufficient. I'm just planning on being out here most of the day, but I brought all the food along that I need for the day. I did have to stop in one of the state parks restrooms, outhouses, whatever you want to call it, earlier on, but I have an ample supply of disinfectant wipes with me, so I made sure I wiped down like the door handles, the toilet lid, all those type of things before I touched them. Other than that, I've just been in my car, no contact with anybody. Some people may think that even this is too much, but I mean, this is too much of a risk. But I feel comfortable that I'm doing what I can, when I can, to keep both myself and other people safe. And quite frankly, right now, I'm more concerned about the ticks out here than I am COVID-19, because this is perfect weather for the ticks to start up, and I haven't been able to haven't had a chance to treat my clothes yet to ward them off. I've also, all around, my biggest risk today have probably been the drive out here and subsequently the drive back. Of course, there's not a lot of traffic out on the roads right now, so that's goodness. But anyway, as regards the coronavirus, I feel comfortable that I'm doing everything I can do, everything I should do at the moment. So I came out here first thing this morning. Not quite as early as I wanted to. It was a little bit past sunrise when I actually got here. Main intention of being out here is so that I can record some of the spring migration. We're starting to have ducks coming through and other waterfowl and stuff, and I'm just trying to stay on top of it. Take photographs of what I can and what have you. So when I first got down into the valley here, it was an incredible fog with the sun burning it off. Now yesterday we had a lot of rain. Yesterday and the day before had a lot of rain. It was fairly cool. Cleared up overnight and got cold again overnight. It was about freezing when I went out to the car this morning. But it's supposed to be getting up to 56 degrees today. 56 Fahrenheit, that is, of course. So I wasn't altogether surprised to see the fog. Boy, this hill is steep. But as soon as I saw it, well, I guess I was expecting the fog to be a little bit more general than it was, and not just in the valley. But as soon as I got in the valley, saw the fog, saw the sun, just risen sun, burning it off, I immediately switched to landscape mode for a while, because I knew that fog wasn't going to last long, of course. So I got some really nice shots this morning of that fog in the valley. It just goes on forever. Anyway, after a while I started running into wildlife. First of all was a pair of sandhill cranes. I've photographed them a couple of times over the last month before the craziness really started setting in, at least in my neck of the woods. Close to the sandhill cranes, there was a flock of northern shovelers, and it's the first time I've encountered them this year so far, so they're kind of new to town, and they were being pretty cooperative. So I stopped and I got some photos of them. After that I moved on down the road a ways, and I found some blue-winged teal. Again, the first time I've seen them this year. Backtracked a little ways and I saw a pair of pied-billed grebes out on a pond. Actually, I saw one to start with. I was photographing it, getting some decent shots, and another one swam out. So I got even closer shots of them, two of them together. Continued photographing them for a while and just watching them. And next thing I knew, a pair of wood ducks arrived, or emerged from the weeds. Wood ducks around here are very, very, very flighty. It's not very often you can't sneak up on them. So you have to take the off chances, such as what I had. But the light was beautiful on them, and I got some really, really nice shots of them. What a gorgeous day. Drove to the north to the state park, took the aforementioned bathroom break, and yeah, then I came back down through the wildlife management area again, got some more photos of the northern shovelers, and then decided I would take a hike. It's got you all caught up with where I've been today, what I've been doing. What a fantastic day I've been having. This is just incredible. Oh, getting awfully warm though after climbing that hill, especially. I'm on my way back down the hill now, but going back the way I came up. You see one of the ponds of the wildlife management area down there. In the summer, you probably wouldn't be able to see any of it. All the leaves and brush and everything. There's a few swans down in that pond, but they were well away from the road, so I didn't really get any photographs. A few ducks too, but considering the hotbed of waterfowl it was just a few weeks ago, it's pretty quiet right now. I don't know why. I suppose the waterfowl that was here has flown further north now. Whatever was further south hasn't arrived yet. And yesterday there was a strong wind, so that would have kept everything pretty much in place. But as soon as we get a south wind, we'll start having all kinds of stuff showing up here. Now I'm going to take a little break on this conveniently located log, hopefully tick-free log. Part of the reason for bringing you along on this trip, vicariously, is that I wanted to give you a channel update. So, thanks to the COVID-19 virus and having to stay put a lot more than usual, I've canceled out of a few things. I've had a few things canceled on me, rightfully so. So I've had a lot more at-home time lately, as I'm sure most of you can appreciate. So I've been able to get a lot more done with editing my backlog of photos and videos. And so within the last couple of weeks, I put out two videos from my August Boundary Waters trip last year. So I'm sure most of you watched that by now. Those by now. Now I had mentioned earlier that I was going to try to get the Ricketts Glen video done and out midweek. At least I did that through my community section on my website, on my YouTube page. And I know a lot of you read that, just based on the comments I got and thumbs up and what have you. So, but anyway, if you missed that, I had been planning on getting the Ricketts Glen video done and hopefully posted the middle of this week. Well, it's turned out to be a bigger job than I thought to get that done. It's only going to be a little bit over half an hour, but it is taking, it was already mostly done, but I'm having to go back and change a lot of things, and actually changing things in a video probably is more time consuming than doing the video in the first place. And then I had some glitches with my software too, which didn't help. So anyway, I'm part way through, maybe about a third of the way through editing that video. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to put that aside for a while. I'm going to edit this video that I'm doing right now and get that out there. This one should be a lot easier to edit than the others. These short hike channel update type videos usually don't take a lot of time. So tomorrow I'll work on this, hopefully get this one out there either Wednesday or Thursday. Once this is done, then I'll go and I'll start part 4 of my Boundary Waters trip and hopefully have it done in time where I can do a premiere on Saturday again. Now I've done a couple of those premieres now, and I was just wondering, wanted to get some feedback, both from you, those of you who have participated and those who haven't. What do you think of that concept? I really like it personally because it's kind of neat to be able to sit down there, have the chat window off to the side, and be able to converse real time with the people who are watching it, answer questions right then and there, get comments right then and there. Now, unfortunately, those questions and comments don't get saved after the chat is after the video is done, but it is nice to have that that ongoing feedback while the video is happening. I don't know, those of you who haven't watched any, whether it's a time thing or whether it's just that you don't like doing the premieres or haven't done one yet, you don't know what they're all about, whatever. Especially if you're in that latter category, I would highly recommend that you try it. I had never participated in a premiere before doing my first one, but like I said, it's really enjoyable, at least for me. Now maybe you'll think differently. Again, you know, getting some comments. What I was doing in the past before I started doing premieres was I would generally have a delay between, I'd upload the video at some point in time, but I would always make it public a few days later, and I was making it public most of the time at Fridays at 3 o'clock. Now I've shifted to Saturdays at 3 o'clock. I don't know which is working better, but in the past you never got a notification until it actually went live, other than if I announced that it was going to go live. So this way, not only am I delaying, but it's also letting you know ahead of time when it's going to appear, so you can maybe plan around it. And then you've got the thing about being able to chat with me real time while you're watching it. So like I said, I really like the concept. I probably will not be doing that for the midweek videos, but at least for the Boundary Waters videos I'll be doing the premieres. So unless I get an overwhelming thumbs down on doing premieres based on the comments that I get here. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. In the meantime, I will plan on continuing with premieres. Now, as far as the midweek videos go, like I said, I've got the Ricketts Glen one to do. After the Ricketts Glen, I have, on that same trip, I visited southeast Ohio, an area called the Hocking Hills. Got some really nice video there. Again, that one is partially done. I don't think I have to rework so much of that one, but I do have to finish it up. Coming after that will be last year's trip to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. That was a week-long trip. Each of the previous two videos, the Ricketts Glen and the Hocking Hills, well, Ricketts Glen for sure is one part. Hocking Hills is probably one part, maybe two, but most likely one part. Now, when I went to Theodore Roosevelt, though, I spent a whole week there, and I got a ton a video. I got a ton of photos. I'm still working on processing the photos from that trip, and I'm on like day 3, I think, something like that. So anyway, maybe 4. So anyway, so that's going to be a several parter. I don't know for sure whether it's going to be 5, 6, 7 parts, something like that. The next one I'll work on after that, I think, is when I went to the North Shore last June. I think that was like a 4 or 5 day trip. Not sure I got enough video to make it a full 4 or 5 part video, but it's going to be a number. As far as the Boundary Waters trips go, the one that I'm working on now, like I said, it's day 4 I'm working on. I was out there for a total of 16 days, I think it was. I know towards the end, it's not going to be a day per part. There's going to be a couple of combinations there. So it's going to be at least a dozen parts, I think. So maybe a little bit more than that. Then beyond that, I've got the September trip that I did with Jim Dodd. That was a 4-day trip, I think it was. And so that'll probably be a 4-parter, maybe 3. So anyway, I've got a ton. If I'm releasing these, the Boundary Waters once a week and the other ones once a week, we've got a lot of weeks there. But of course, the way this COVID virus is going, we've got a lot of weeks to play with anyway. So I hope that I actually run out of virus before I run out of video, but it could go the other way around. Anyway, I'll be doing what I can to keep you guys distracted at least a couple of times a week for a short period of time. I know that's one of the ways I've been reducing some of the stress is by watching some other people's videos as well as editing my own. So I'm going to keep them going as much as I can, as often as I can. I am going to come out as much as I can though too and do this. I may not get more videos when I'm doing this, but I'm definitely going to come out in the woods. I'm going to come out and record this spring migration. The one thing the virus has done for me is it's kept me close to home. Instead of gallivanting off to Theodore Roosevelt up to the North Shore or whatever, I'm staying in my own backyard, so to speak. So in the past, I've missed parts of the migration just simply because I've gone other work, because I've migrated. So anyway, that's enough of me yapping. And I'm sure, I hope, well, I wonder how many of you are actually watching me now. But anyway, I'm going to cut this out now, unless I see something else to get video of. So as always, I hope to see you on trail sometime when this mess is all over and done with, whenever that happens to be. And in the meantime, again, do all the liking, the subscribing, all that kind of good stuff that you all know about. And